Hey everybody, welcome to Nene Cooks and Such. Today I'm doing several little videos on what I'm preparing for my Easter meal, which Easter will be tomorrow. So right today I'm going to be doing my candied sweet potatoes. I've already peeled this one and I've already have 3 cut up already in the pot. So I just wanted to show you how I cut them up. So I peeled them, I didn't trim them, and they've been sitting in a bowl of cold water. So I just cut that end piece off, and I cut that end piece off, and I look at it and see, is there anything else that needs to be trimmed? And it looks good. It looks good. So what I'm going to do is cut it in half first. Alright. Then I'm going to take these and I'm going to cut them in about 1/2-inch pieces. They're going to look kind of like thick potatoes. Okay? And they don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be even. I'm not going to come over and grade your cutting skills. And if you come over to my house and you want to grade my cutting skills, probably would not be a good thing. First of all, I'm not a professional. And I don't claim to be. I do this because this is what I like to do. So I'm just going to, see, this was half of it. I just cut them up, put them in the pot. This is the other half. I've cut them up in big pieces, and I'm just going to cut them in, pretty much just cut each of these pieces in half. Now, this piece I could cut in half, I could cut in thirds. So, let's see. I'm just going to cut it in half. I eyeballed it. And last piece, cut in half. Okay, let's move over here to the pot. There's the pot with the sweet potatoes in it. And this is four sweet potatoes. I wasn't going to make this many because I'm pretty much the only one that eats this candy sweet potatoes. But I'll put them in the freezer. It'll be all right. It's good. So I've got 2 cups of water here. I'm not going to add a whole lot of water because these have been soaking, but these do have a lot of water. And I can add water as they're cooking. I don't want them to be swimming in a lot of water. But I need to have enough in it so they can make their syrup. So let's just start out with okay, that just barely covers the bottom. Alright, so I used a cup, and this gives us maybe 1/4 inch of water on the bottom of my pot. Now, my aunt says, I asked her, I said, how much sugar? She goes, well, you just kind of measure with your heart. But she says a good rule of thumb is this nice big spoon here. Basically, one big heaping spoon per potato. So I've got 4 potatoes. So I'm going to do 4 spoons of sugar. Yes, I really put that much sugar. I might should put a little bit more. My heart was telling me I needed to add just a little bit more. They're called candied sweet potatoes for a reason, because they do have a lot of sugar. If you're diabetic, please don't make this. There's a lot of sugar. So, I don't eat this, but just Easter. If I cook for Thanksgiving or Christmas, I may make them. So I rarely have these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my burner on. Kind of high for right now. And I'm going to take, and I'm just going to kind of, oh, and she also says a little bit of salt. Not much. A little bit of salt. And if you watched enough of my videos, I don't give a lot of measurements. I feel like if you know the basics, you'll be okay. And if you need to know measurements, reach out. Reach out to me. And, you know, you can comment on the videos and reach out, and I'll try to answer. I'm going to add just a tad more water right over the top. I added 1/3 of a cup. So far I've used 1 1/3 cups in this big, in my big Magnolite pot. It's about the size, just a tad smaller than my, what is this, 6 quart? So it's probably a 4 quart. So keep an eye on it. It will burn. It will scorch. It is sugar, okay? Keep an eye on it. When you need to stir it, you're not really going to stir it. You're going to, and I use my little flat spatula, my wooden spatula. I love it. I put it down the side of the pot and just kind of move them around a little bit. Right now, you know, they're still hard, but when they start getting soft, if you stir them, you're going to break them up and you're just going to make baby food, mush, okay? You want them to keep their shape, so to speak, okay? So right now, I'm just trying to get some of this sugar down in the water so it can start making its syrup. Okay? Now, as they cooked, my granny would add those little tiny red hot candies. I'm not a cinnamon eater, so I won't be doing that. But if you like a little bit of cinnamon, feel free to put a few of those cinnamon red hot candies in there, and it'll change the flavor just a little bit, but not bad. I just don't like them. So anyway, we'll check back in a little bit and see how it's going. Okay, let's check back in on our sweet potatoes. And I did exactly what I said I didn't want to do. I was impatient, and I added the extra water, which made it have quite a bit of water. I don't know if you can see, the water is up, but I'm just barely moving them around, trying to get the ones that are on top to go to the bottom. The ones on the bottom are pretty much done, but I don't want to make them mush. So you just kind of shove them around a little bit, gently, because you don't want them to break up. Now, will some break up? Yes. But the good thing to that is it makes it thick. So it will thicken up some of this syrup water, but you don't want it all broke up. You want to be able to see some of your potatoes. See how some of these, there's a couple that's broken up pretty good. Of course, and I did have some that was cut up pretty small. So they cooked and turned more to mush, but that's okay. That is perfectly okay. I like it, you know, I want it to thicken up a little bit, and that's the way to thicken it, is some of them to mash up just a little. All right, so we'll check back in just a little bit. These will be done very soon, so we'll check back in a little bit.